Yo, what up, guys? Jermaine Lee Monster Steel, about to head out to Legoland tomorrow. It's actually Friday, I believe. I just got off a couple coaching calls, and I wanted to deliver some value in the next about 5 minutes, maybe 10. I want to talk to you guys about something that I am going to follow up with in reference to my last video. So this is actually going to be a go all the way video. For those that know, I'm working on a book right now, and it has a lot to do with expect the process and expect the struggle. The struggle is real. So the other day I talked about expecting a process that you're going to actually have to go through. Therefore, you can expect that you can counter it. You can think about it. You can know, you can plan ahead so that when these things surface, you're not, you don't think it's a surprise. So what are those three things I talked about? I talked about relationship, your relationship struggling, and going through that whole process. Ashley used to think that this stuff was crazy. It was a scam. It was all this, that, the other. So I talked about the relationship process, the technical process where, you feel like you can't copy and paste. You can't do what everybody else is doing. You can't move as fast as everybody else is moving online. All right. And that's the technical process. And so expect that and move through it. All right. And so I have the relationship, the technical, and then I have the dynamic process that I spoke about. And that process actually just means, the process that we go through feeling like we can't sound like someone else, or we can't articulate our words in a certain way to get them out. I'm going to leave the link for that video below. Make sure you watch that. But in the next few minutes, I'm going to actually talk about the next three processes that you'll be going through. All right. So, or at least three that you'll go through at some point in your business. So I'm going to talk about the perception of reality process. I'm going to talk about the reality process. And then I'm going to talk about the inner strength and inner beliefs process. Now, remember, these are all personally for myself, things that I've been through. This is actually surfacing from my mind. This is not something that I've read in a book or got from somewhere else. This is something that I'm giving back to you. So for sticking around to the end of this video, I'm actually going to put you on my email list to receive my book first when we launch it. But let's start with the perception of reality process. So what do I mean by that, right? So we all have this perception of reality that goes on in our minds, right? However we see and view things is how we're going to see and view things. Now, I know that sounds kind of weird or basic or only like common sense, but point is, you're going to go through a point in your business, right, that you need to expect that your perception of reality of yourself is not what you would like it to be. Right? Meaning that you are going to look at yourself and you're going to say, man, I wish I could sound better. I wish I could look better. I wish I could do this better. I wish I could type faster. I wish I could do all these different things. And the fact is, you can, but you have to go through the process. You have to expect it. And so I share that to say that your perception of the reality that you have for yourself, right, is probably not, number two, the reality process of what everybody thinks about you. But let me finish with the perception of reality until we move into the reality. So people's perception of reality, or your perception of reality on anything else, right, is actually going to take a huge toll on how fast you move forward with your success. Just meaning that if you see yourself as needing more work to speak, or needing more work to do this, before you make this video, before you do that, before you write this book, right, you're going to hold yourself back. Now, if you allow yourself to actually have the inner strength, which is number three, we'll talk about that later, have the inner strength to see yourself at the reality of what you are. Right now, this is the reality of who I am. In this video is the reality of who I am. Therefore, I'm going to continue to get these videos out in a way that's going to express me in the reality of who I am, of who I see myself, of who I speak as, of who I speak in the context of. Right? So if this doesn't make sense to you, just follow me out. Finding the inner strength to actually believe that you can see yourself like everybody else does. There was a point in my business where I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have the inner strength, and I would doubt myself every single day. I was kicking out valuable videos. I was hosting webinars, having live events, making upwards of $20,000 a month, yet the perception of reality that I saw myself as wasn't the reality of what everybody else was seeing me as. So I share this with you, very deep words, guys, but I share this with you so that you can expect that the reality process is going to be something that's going to actually have to just take place. Meaning that you're going to do things in your life that's going to really just give you permission inside that, you know what, that perception of reality that I have of myself is not the reality. All right, so now the reality process is when you get to the point where you actually start to create videos like this, or you start to create the actual reality of what it is that you want to see yourself as, whether you want to see yourself as a speaker, or you want to see yourself as a motivational speaker, or you want to see yourself as a product launch expert, or you want to see yourself as a social media guru. When you go through this actual reality process, you're going to realize that your inner strength, which is number 3, and your belief system is going to align with what it is you're trying to accomplish, therefore making your online business a little bit easier. So once again, going through the reality process is simply that point, that inflection point where you realize I'm going up, going up. Now I'm really going up because I realize that this is the reality. This is Jermaine Steele. This is who I am. All right, so I know it's a little deep, guys, but follow me out. Now, the inner strength, the number 3 is belief, right? It comes with belief. It comes with inner strength. It comes with just the ambition to wake up and actually make a video, or to do something like this, or to do what it is that you have to accomplish in your video. So I remember not having the strength, not believing in myself. I will call up my sponsor. Shout out to Desmond, who's definitely helped me with believing in myself a lot more. And I share this, guys, simply because I was making all this money. I was closing people. I was blogging. I was giving value. I was doing all the things that the industry says to do. And I still didn't have the inner strength and belief because my perception of reality of didn't align with who I really am. Right. So once I was able to get a lot of these thoughts out there and just be Jermaine Steele, what happened is my inner strength and belief system started to rise, where I started speaking at events. I started speaking life into people because I realized that the perception of reality that I had wasn't the reality that everyone saw me as. So I found the inner strength. I found the belief. And that's what I want you guys to do. As I'm out in Legoland, as I'm accomplishing traveling with my family, as I'm out there just doing what it is that I want to do, because I've created that leverage. What I want you to do is take some time to figure out how you perceive yourself, all right, and how you perceive everything around you, and then go ahead and ask someone, hey, do you think I'm this, that, or the other? Or do you think that, that I actually look like that? Or do you think that, when I don't shave, I look scruffy in my videos, or whatever the case may be? Ask them that. Say, what's the reality that you have about me? Oh, no, you're great. You have a lot of value. People will tell you these things. I'm telling you. And this will help you to feel better and have that inner strength and belief. So once again, let's recap, guys. You have the perception of reality process, so expect the process. You have the reality process, which is what you will actually arrive to once you realize that you are an amazing person. And number 3 is the inner strength and belief that will allow those 3 to come to pass. All right, so here's what I want you guys to do while I'm out in Legoland having fun with my kids. What I want you guys to do is take some time to reflect upon that. Whatever it is that you're seeing, I'm going to leave the link below for my other video about the other 3 processes. And anybody that's interested in my book and really got some value from this video, I want you to just say, man, expect the process. All right. With that said, guys, like my fan page, facebook.com/lead monster. I'm going to keep updates there. I'll probably put this video on there as well. And make sure that you get with me about, Amazon, Teespring, CPA, coaching, one of our next events. We're going to be in Vegas, January 22nd through the 25th. We have a lot of events coming up, always in the near future. So click the link below. Make sure that you comment below, and you comment that if 2015, you truly believe that's going to be your year, because I know it's going to be your year. I want you to comment below, and I want you to say, or shout out at the top of your lungs, expect the process. Comment below. You can say it out loud. Expect the process. When you expect what's coming your way, you can actually expect it. You can analyze it, and you can move forward at a higher understanding versus just, things surfacing and not really knowing what's going on. So Jermaine Lead Monster Steele, expect the process. Comment below. I'm going to do one thing. I know there's a few people that wanted to see the inside of my car. So I am going to show you here real quick. I'm actually out in my garage. I'm going to be pulling out here pretty quick. But I wanted to show you guys the inside. I had a few people who wanted to see it. I guess, let's see here. There's really... it's leather. You got the panoramic view up there. You can see the top of my My sheetrock probably needs to be redone. But like I said in the last video, I'm not going to let any of that hold me back from posting this video because this garage is going to be done before we know it. But point is, guys, expect the process. The struggle is real. My book is coming. 2015 is going to be our year. I'm telling you, there's things I'm pulling out that I've never pulled out before. Why? Because I have the reality and I see myself for who I am, and so should you. So comment below. Expect the process. I am Jermaine Steele, jermainesteele.biz. Peace.